Hey boys and girls, it's Ms.Steenbergen here, and I'm so excited to do some more math with you today. Remember, when we do a video math lesson, if you need to hear the directions again, you can hit pause and rewind. And if you need more time to finish your work, you can always hit pause and then hit play when you're ready. All right, let's get started. I want to start off today by giving a huge shout out to all of you guys who did your math last week. I am so impressed with your flexibility. Remember that word from school, flexibility? It means going with the flow or going and changing when things change around you. So since we can't be at school, you guys are working your hardest to learn while you're at home. And that's what being flexible is. I also want to do a special shout out to Tamarius. Tamarius showed me, his teacher, his tally chart that he made from the last video. So if you complete work from this video, make sure you send it to your teacher through a text message or Seesaw so I can shout you guys out in the next video for our whole school. All right, let's get started with this new math. So the materials you'll need today are a pencil, a piece of paper, and your brain. The kind of paper you'll need is a blank sheet of paper. If it has lines, that's okay, but just no writing on it. In order to make your worksheet for today's work, you're going to first fold your paper in half like a book. Then you're going to fold it in half again. When you open it up, you'll see that you have 4 boxes on the front and 4 boxes on the back. Your job is to put the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, flip it over, 5, 6, 7, 8 in every box. Your paper should look just like Ms. Steenbergen's. Wait for later in the video for Ms. Steenbergen to tell you when you'll be needing your paper to finish your work. You'll remember that last week we worked on making tables, and a table is something that shows data with words, numbers, or tally marks. Last week we used tally marks, or these lines that go straight up and down, to record or write down our data. What we were recording was how many cars drove by on the road. We know that one tally mark stands for one object. So in this case, it stood for 1 car. We know that when you have a group of 5 tally marks, you draw them a little bit differently, with the 5th one going across them. So that way it makes it easier to count. Today, we're going to be recording our data, but in a different way. Today's I can statement is, I can show and interpret data using a pictograph. So just like last week, let's review what these words mean. Data. Data means information. Interpret means to understand. And a pictograph, what's that? It's this thing right here. And we're going to learn more about it in the next coming slides. What is a pictograph? A pictograph compares data using pictures or symbols. Compares. I remember that word. We've used it in reading and we've also used it in math. When we compare data, it means that we're looking at the data to see the difference. What numbers are greater? What numbers are small, like fewer or less than each other? We also might see if our data are the same or equal. That's what we do when we compare data. Here are the parts of a pictograph. The first part is the title. Just like a title of a story, the title of a pictograph tells you what the graph is about. So this title is Favorite Fruit. That means that the pictograph is going to tell us people's favorite fruit. Right here on the side, you'll see the categories. Categories are the type of data. And the labels are like the titles for the categories and the titles for the symbols. It tells you the type of data. So we know that these pictures for the categories are all fruit because the label says fruit. We know that these smiley faces here represent or stand for votes because the label says votes. Now, a symbol. A symbol is a picture that represents a certain amount of data. So all of these smiley faces represent votes. I know how many votes this smiley face stands for because I look at the key. And the key tells you the value of each symbol. So in this pictograph, every smiley face stands for 1 vote. Now that we know how to look at this pictograph, let's interpret it or understand it. I want you to count with me to see how many people voted for apple as their favorite fruit. When I touch the smiley face or the symbol, I want you to count it. I know that we'll be counting by ones because my key tells me that every smile equals 1 vote. Let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 people voted for apple as their favorite fruit. Let's count how many people voted for pears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people voted for pears because there were 7 symbols in the pictograph. Let's check out how many people voted for grapes. I will touch and you will count. Are you ready? Awesome. I'm trying to find my mouse, so sorry. And 1. Excellent. If you said 2, kiss your brain. Now, let's see how many people voted for bananas. When I touch, you count. Did I hear you say 6? If I did, kiss your brain, you got it right. I think you guys are ready to do this on your own. Now, this is the part where you're going to need your worksheet. You'll notice that in the left-hand corner, there's a yellow shape that has the number 1. That means that you're going to get your worksheet out and go to box number 1. You will write the answer for this slide in the number 1 box. Do you think you can do it? I know you can do it. Let's get started. So just like in the last pictograph, let's look at the different parts we have. First, we have our title. Our title is favorite color. So that tells me that this graph is showing people's favorite colors. Our categories are red, green, purple, blue, and pink, all the different colors. And then right here, I can see that these are the votes, and every heart stands for 1 person. So if my key says that the hearts equal 1 person, I'm going to count by what? Did you say ones? You're so smart. Kiss that brain. So let's count these together. 1, 2, 3. So how many people voted for red as their favorite color? Yes, 3. Let's count green together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excellent. 6 people voted for green as their favorite color. It's your turn to count on your own. So when I touch, you count. Ready and go. Did you say 2? Excellent work. Let's count how many people voted for blue. 3. I knew you guys could do this. And now let's count for pink. What was that you said? 4. Way to go, first grade. You got this. Now we have a question to answer. So this is the question that you will answer in box number 1. The question is, how many people voted for blue as their favorite color? So when we answer questions about pictographs, just like when we answered questions about our tally chart or our table, we have to look at the graph to find the answer. So how many people voted for blue as their favorite color? Am I going to check the red row for my answer? No. Am I going to check the green row for my answer? Of course not. You guys know better than that. If I'm looking for how many people voted for blue, I'm going to check the blue row. I'm going to count the number of symbols, and that's what my answer is. You can pause the video to write your answer in your paper right now. All right, let's see if you guys got it. Did you write 3 for 3 people voted for blue? If so, give yourself a pat on the back. You are right. I know that 3 people voted for blue because there's 1, 2, 3 symbols in the pictograph. All right, let's see our next question. All right, our next question. You'll notice that the slide says number 2. So you're going to go to box 2 on your worksheet. This question says, which color has the most votes? Most. That word I've heard before, but what does it mean? When I find something that's the most, I'm looking for the number that's the greatest. What is the greatest amount? Which category or which color has the most or the biggest number of votes? You can pause your video, look at your pictograph, and then write your answer down in box number 2. All right. If you said green, kiss your brain. I know that green is the color that has the most votes because when I look at the numbers or the totals of every category, 6 is the greatest number. Another way that you can tell that green has the most votes is by looking at your symbols. You'll notice that for all the other colors, the symbols stop. See, red only has 3 and then it stops. Purple only has 2 and then it stops. But for green, the symbols keep going the longest. That means it has the most symbols or the most votes. All right, you guys are doing a great job. Let's keep going. All right, here's a new pictograph. The title is Hair Length of My Family Members. So that means that somebody went around their house and took data on how long the people in their family's hair is. You'll notice that the number on this slide is 3. So go to box number 3 on your paper. Let's count the amount of people that have this hair length for every category. Uh-oh, something's different here. For the length no hair, I don't see any symbols. What do you think that means? You're right. It means that there are 0 people in the family that have no hair. So if there's no symbols, it means that the value is 0. Let's count how many people had short hair. I know that every rectangle stands for 1 person, so I'm going to count this by ones again. 1, 2. So how many people had short hair? 2. You're right. Now let's check how many people had medium length hair. I'll touch and you count. That was easy. How many people have medium length hair? 1. Kiss your brains. Let's count how many people have long hair. Ready and go. Did you say 3? You guys are so smart. You're right. 3 people have long hair because there are 3 rectangles. Now, here's your question for box number 3 on your worksheet. How many people have no hair? So look at your pictograph and tell me how many people have no hair. Pause the video and write down your answer. All right, welcome back. Let's see. Did you write 0? Then you're correct. When I look at my pictograph, I see that there are 0 symbols. That means there are 0 people that have no hair. Way to go, first grade. All right, here's our new question for box number 4. How many family members were asked in all? How many family members were asked in all? I know that word in all means that I'm finding the total. If I'm finding the total of something, or how many in all, am I going to add or subtract? Show me with your bodies if we're adding or subtracting. If you showed me your addition sign, then you're correct. I know that in all is a clue word that means that we will be adding today. Okay, so when we want to find out how many people or how many family members were asked in all, we're going to have to look at the number of people that voted in each category and put them all together. We've already written down the number of people, so we can look at these totals and make a number sentence. So 0 people have no hair, so I add 0, plus however many people had short hair. How many people had short hair? 2, you're right. So 0 plus 2. How many people had medium hair? 1. So 0 plus 2 plus 1. And now I add how many people had long hair. Yes, 3. So 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3. When I put all of those numbers together, that's going to give me the total people that were asked. Now, there's another way you could do this. You can also look at your symbols. If you would like, you can count up all of your symbols, and then that will tell you how many people were asked in all. So you can pick your strategy. You can use a number sentence like the one that Miss S just wrote, or you can count your number of symbols to find out the total number of family members asked. Hit pause on your video to figure out the answer. Welcome back, first graders. I wonder what strategy you chose, but whichever one you did, I know that you're going to get the right answer. Let's see. Did you get 6? 0 plus 2 plus 1 plus 3 equals 6. I know that because I could use my fingers or draw circles to find that out. I also could count up my symbols in my pictograph. Let's try and see if we get the same answer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So in box number 4, you should have 6 because 6 family members were asked in all. That was a tricky one. Give yourself a kiss on the brain. Let's go to the next question. Ooh, I love this pictograph because this pictograph is about Paria's favorite movie. That means that someone at Paria must have asked students and teachers what their favorite movie was. And they collected all of the votes or the information, and they put it in this pictograph for us to read. We see that the categories are different types of movies, and these clouds or these symbols stand for one vote. If they stand for one vote, that means we're going to count by what? Yes, ones. Let's see, how many people liked the movie Cars? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. 3 people. Good work. Let's count how many people liked Frozen 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent job. Now I touch and you count. Ready and go. Did you say 3? Then you're right. How many people like The Grinch? Excellent. 1. And now, last but not least, how many people liked Finding Dory? Let's count. Did you say 2? Way to go, first grade. Now, the question for this pictograph is how many people voted for Toy Story? Remember, when we answer questions about pictographs, we always have to look at our graph to find the answer. So you can hit pause, and in box number 5, you're going to write how many people voted for Toy Story. All right, let's see if you guys know how many people voted for Toy Story. Did you write 3? High five. Good work, boys and girls. Now, how many people voted for Toy Story and Finding Dory? So this means I'm going to have to look at my pictograph and look and see how many people voted for Toy Story and Finding Dory. That word "and" is a clue word, and it tells me that I have to do what? Yes, add. Good job, boys and girls. So now, in box number 6, you're going to solve how many people voted for Toy Story and Finding Dory. You already told me you're going to be using addition to solve this. So in box number 6, I should see a number sentence, an addition number sentence, and your total telling me how many people voted for both Toy Story and Finding Dory. You can hit pause now to write your answer. All right, now let's see if you got the answer right. The number sentence I used was 3 plus 2 equals 5 because 3 people voted for Toy Story and 2 people voted for Finding Dory. When I added them together, I got the total of 5. I can also use the picture graph or the pictograph to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I counted up all of my symbols to get the total. Way to go, first grade. I'm so proud of you. Let's go to the next question. What movie has the fewest votes? I know that word fewest is a clue word, and it tells me that I'm looking for the movie that has the least amount of votes. Remember, when I'm looking for the number that's the least, it means that it's going to be the smallest number. So now look at your pictograph, pause your video, and find out which one has the fewest votes and write it in box 7. Okay, welcome back. Did you figure out the answer? Did you write The Grinch in box 7? You did. Way to go, first grade. You know that when you look at the graph, the Grinch only has one symbol. all the other movies have more than one symbol. That means that they have more votes than the Grinch, and that the Grinch has the fewest or the least amount of votes. I also can look at the number. There's one vote, and we know that the number 1 is closest to 0 when you look at all of these other numbers. You did a great job. Uh-oh, look at the data for this pictograph. It's all mixed up. We're going to have to sort it. When I look at my pictograph, the title tells me that it's about favorite ice cream flavors. I have the categories of chocolate ice cream and vanilla ice cream. My key tells me that the black squares are chocolate votes and the white squares are vanilla votes. So let's sort them into their correct category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 votes for chocolate. Let's sort the vanilla votes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 votes for vanilla. So now, your question for number 8 is a little bit different because it's a challenge. Ms. Steenbergen has asked you a lot of questions, and now it's your turn to ask me one. I want you to think about a question you could make up based on this pictograph and write it in box number 8. Please share your question with your teacher on Seesaw or in a text message because I want to be able to try to solve it, and I'm going to shout out you guys in my next video. Okay, boys and girls, if you're interested in making a pictograph at home, here are the instructions to do so. First, you collect data. That means you're going to go around your home and ask your family members questions just like these graphs did. Maybe you want to know favorite color, or maybe you want to know the height of your family members, or maybe you want to take a vote on everybody's favorite sport. It's your choice because it's your graph. After that, you're going to pick a symbol or a picture to represent your data. You saw a lot of different symbols in this video, so you get to choose your own. Remember to assign a key. That means you write down what the symbol means and what it stands for. And lastly, then you draw your graph. If you need help, watch this video again and look at how I drew my graphs. All right, boys and girls. So, I just want to say, once again, wonderful job. You guys are pictograph champions, and I can't wait to see what the questions you come up with about your very own pictographs. Now, if you want more practice, you can go onto your Seesaw journal and you can do the work on your Seesaw. I can't wait to see what you come up with. All right, have a great week, boys and girls. Bye.